and we wait. So, if anyone watches, we're gonna tell stories because I'm a dumbass. Bet. Alright, I'm gonna come up with a story. I have a boring life. Hey. Oh, hi. Damn, people came. Story. This is gonna be a story time now. I'm good. How are y'all? Cat. Alright, I'm distracted. Okay. Story. This one's like a newer story, so I don't want to go into stories from like childhood because I have the memory of a goldfish. But like last week, where we have these things at school. Hello. We have these things at school where they sell Valentine grams for like $1. And I had a bunch of money for no reason. So I was like gonna buy one for like random. I planned to buy one for like one person, but I had $10 and I couldn't get them to give me any change. So I bought like 10 people, just random people, Valentine grams. I bought one for the person I wanted, and I bought a bunch of random people. And I got one for this girl who was named Riley, and she had blonde hair, and she had a boyfriend, and she was like the stereotypical like homophobic person in our class. And I bought her them, and I was like, everybody was really happy. They were like, "Oh, thanks." And finally, the girl got hers, and she immediately walked up to me with her kiss, and was holding it like that, and was like, I have a boyfriend, right? And she said it in that voice, and I was like, but it wasn't like, I'm not asking you out. It's just candy. It's just something. And she's like, I'm telling my boyfriend what you've done. And I'm like, I was so confused at the time. I was like, I mean, you can. I don't care. And she goes up to her boyfriend, and her boyfriend's pretty chill about that kind of stuff. And she's like, dude, that, that girl over there, she bought me candy. I'm not going to cheat on you. You need to deal with her. And I was like just standing there looking at him like I I didn't do anything. I just wanted to buy her candy. And she just kept getting more and more mad, and eventually her boyfriend was telling her to calm down because it was like he even said it's just candy, and she just would not chill about it. Oh yeah, but you know, do y'all want a story on something a little darker? Maybe it might be something there might be something triggering about it. It's like a dark story, but it's not like really dark. It just has triggering topics in it. So, all right. Trigger warning for this one. There is a mention of like pedophilia and a teacher. Real. So, recent so there was this teacher like the whole year for years, and just trigger warning for anyone, they might want to like mute me for a bit or something, and I'll like tell you when it's over. And there was a teacher that everyone loved, including me. And he was an older dude, and he had been in the army and stuff. Hey, Fairy Gore. And we all loved him. He was our history teacher. I won't say his name because, I'm not going to do that kind of stuff. And we just loved him. He was sweet. He was like, he was super kind. And he got fired last week. And everybody was like trying to find out why he had been fired. And we were so confused because we were like, he's such an awesome teacher. Why would they fire him? And eventually, one of the girls in our class, who was my friend, who actually knew the story because her sister was involved, was somebody in the 11th grade, which was older, was was the friend of a girl in my class. Girl in my class had a sister, and her sister was friends with a girl named Sarah. I'm only gonna say her first name for reasons. And this Sarah person and the teacher had yeah, they had done that. They'd slept together and they were like dating secretly. And this guy was probably like 60 something. We didn't really know. I never got his age. It was kind of rude to ask. And everybody was in shock. Like the whole entire school was like so confused. We thought, in fact, me and my friends were like saying that it was probably a rumor, it was fake, maybe he moved schools. And it ended up being true. So we were just in shock. And apparently they had been like for years. She was like, okay, my brain's not working. If you're in 11th grade, I don't remember how old you are, but he was like way too old and she was just a student. And that was like a whole mess. He had a student, her name was Sarah, and she was in 11th grade, and he sent her inappropriate messages and slept with her. So it was just a big thing. We were confused. Everybody was in shock, the whole school, cuz like he was like the best teacher. Like he wasn't mean. He was still strict without, being too strict, and he was just a good teacher. So when we figured out that he had done that, half of us, it was like a whole fight between the school. All right, thank you, Random Afton. It was a fight between the school, and I was on the wrong side at first. One side of the school was fighting about how he had done it, and they were terrible. It was disgusting. And the other side, which I was in at the first of it, was like saying it was a rumor, it was fake, he couldn't have done that. Because we were like, we trusted that teacher. So it was a big like war between the school. And we'll float to another one. I'll go with another one that's not as dark, but it's still pretty dark. Trigger warning. This has the mention of accused bullying. Nobody actually bullied anyone for that way, but pretty much there's a person, they're non-binary, in my class. I won't say their name again. I'm just telling stories. I'm not trying to like expose people. There was a person, and it was PE, and we played the fuck was it called, badminton, and we had our partners, and it was like games, and I had them as my partner, and they were like, the only thing I knew about them was the fact that they were needed help. They were special ed kid, and I was joking around with them because we were joking around with each other. Oh my. We were joking around with each other, and they were making fun of me, and I was like joking around with them. I was like, and in the end, like right near the end, I told them, I said, "Hey, dude, you're not holding the racket right." And I went to help them, and the person we were going against went and told a girl in my class who was like really like violent and was like just not best student, and went and told this girl that what I said was trigger warning, because might be like, it's just not something you nice to say. What I had said was, "Hey, you're not holding the racket right." But she went and told the other girl that I said, "Oh, look, the sped," which, special ed kid. It's just a mean way to say it. The sped kid can't even hold her racket right, and I had said them, so I don't know where that came from. But she went and told that person that I had said that instead of what I had said, and that person got really mad at me, and I got threatened, and I got punched, and I was walking through the hall to go to break, which was our next period, and I got like cornered into the hallway and was like getting threatened, and I had no idea what was happening. So I just try to walk off, and I go to the bathroom to calm down, and I finally get out of the bathroom to I'm finally calmed down, and I get out there, and the same person who was yelling at me and got me in the hall. Oh, I'm fine, don't worry. I get like, my school is something else. But like, what happened in pretty much, oh crap. What happened is, What happened is, pretty much, crap, my head is like fucking messed up. This is like 3 a.m. Happened is, I finally get outside from calming down in the bathroom, and I get out there and I'm eating and sitting with the person who I apparently had bullied. And the same girl comes up to me and is like, thanks. They came up to me and she's like yelling and she's like saying, well, now I hear you're talking bad about me. And I was like, I was confused. I was like, I was in the bathroom. I didn't talk bad about you. I was in the bathroom. And she starts yelling about how, well, Kylie told me this and how you said this about me. And I was like telling her, I was like, I was in the bathroom. Unless I talked shit to the toilet, I don't think there's gonna be, I didn't say anything. And she just got like super upset and kept threatening me throughout the whole day and eventually like would not stop hitting. And so I go to report it to my principal because I was like, I'm not gonna fight this. I'm not doing that. I don't fight. And I go to the principal and I'm like, I'll just report it, get it over with. And he goes, instead of going to deal with girls, he goes to ask the person I apparently said that to. And she's like, hey, did my name say this? And he was like, and the person who had said the thing was, they were like, no, they didn't say this. And it didn't, and even if they did, it wouldn't have offended me. And then he goes and gets the girls and he just gives them a warning. And later on, they didn't ever go to the office, nothing. He pulls me out of class and he's like, hey, I'm not even worried about like you or them, and I just gave them a warning. I'm worried about Magda. You could have really hurt their feelings. So in the end, I got in trouble for something I didn't say and even was proven I didn't say. And the girls who were like threatening me, they just like nothing happened. So that was like that's when I learned reporting stuff like never helps for me, our school. Y'all okay with another like, darker triggering story? Cuz like this one's a little more, it's not as bad, but it's still pretty dark. I just want to ask because I don't want to tell a story that's like make people upset. I'm trying to grab my fucking okay, got it. I got Pepsi. All right. All right. Story. Pretty much I have a friend who's, just straight. Just I have a lot of straight friends. What the fuck? Yes, Pepsi. Gourmet shit. And she has blonde hair. I won't say her name. And she wears like bright lipstick and stuff. And she was 12 at the time that the first part happens. At the time she was 12 and she started dating one of my exes who was 15, which already I was like upset about, but I wouldn't say anything. And she was just dating this dude and he was just and eventually they broke up because he cheated on her. And after they broke up, this part's kind of dark. This is the part that gets dark. He told everyone in the school that they had intercourse. Like, they'd done sexual shit. And they didn't, like, at all. Because she was, like, 12. And they told everyone that. And I was like, first thing I went to do was deal with it myself. I tried reporting it, and the teacher, quote unquote, told me she should handle it herself. It's her ex. And I was like furious about it too. I was like, he's literally like telling everyone they did that. And they just did not help. So I ended up at the end of the day, I have to walk to band with him because he's in band with me. And I grabbed him by like his shirt and I called him. I got pulled him down. I was like, you have 20 seconds to give me a reason why I shouldn't punch you for what you've been saying. And he's like just saying how, oh well, it's her fault for breaking up with me and she deserves it and shit. And I'm like, I'm done. So in the end, after his 20 seconds, I deck him like hard as I can and he runs off. and ends up my sister figures out what happens, so she tells the our band teacher who actually cares about the people. She Yeah, I know, right? She finally tells somebody who actually cares, which is our band teacher, and he handles it, and everything goes good for them. But then on the bus the next day, he tells everyone the exact same thing and has a fake story in all detail of how they did it and all that. And I know it's not true because Evie doesn't let people come to her house and she doesn't go to people's houses. So it's like obviously a lie. And he told everyone they did that on the bus and he spread it everywhere. And at this point, I'm about to knock him out. But before I can, I realize he gets pulled into the office. And Mr. Porter, I don't know what he says, but it obviously affected the guy. And he got suspended for 2 days because Mr. Porter went and yelled at the principal. And it was a whole thing. And I have to admit, I might have gone something because I did threaten him at the end of the day before he told everyone on the bus. As he was leaving, I said in like a really unfriendly tone, I said, hey Noah, you better watch yourself. You never know what happens when you're at home." And it was a threat, and I just played it off as if it wasn't. And yeah, I don't know if he quit or what. Right now, I don't. Oh, but it was just ridiculous. It was just, whew, it was a whole, like, thing. So much happens at our school, and not in a good, like, ooh, drama way. No, I mean in, like, this isn't drama. This is just stuff that gets tiring. We live on, quote, unquote, the poorest school, like, the really bad school of our state. And, like, whew, ugh. And I would, to be honest, if it wasn't for band, I would leave that school immediately. I stay because I have like my band is like my family to me. Or I would like just I would leave. I would run. I would go to a better school because yeah, it's just a ride. I'm almost out of Pepsi. Damn. It was just there's so much that goes on at this school. I think I have more stories. I have a choice for y'all. Y'all want to hear something, another dark story, or something a little happier? Or maybe not even happy, just less triggering. Hello, Jelly. Alright, dark it is. I'm gonna think real quick. This one's kind of funny, but it could also be counted as dark. But pretty much, I I think I was like 10 at the time, maybe 11, I don't remember. It was a while back. And it was a family reunion, and I've always hated them. I've just always hated family reunions, and what happens is I didn't want to be around anyone, so I hid in a random box in a room that I had found because we weren't at my house. It was like a grandmother's house. So I hide in a random box I find. But the problem is the box had to be shipped somewhere. And I didn't know, and they didn't know I was in there. So I ended up sleeping in that box for 8 hours. And while I'm asleep, they take the box to put it by the mailbox, and I wake up at like the last minute before the truck gets there. So I could have probably been put in a van and shipped somewhere. 10-year-old me would have been in China. I don't even know how I fit in the box either. It was like a really small box. And I'm like not the skinniest person, so I don't know how I fit. I just finished my Pepsi. I don't know how I fit, but I ended up almost getting shipped to another fucking state. I am not short. I am 5 feet tall. I have grown. I'm big now. I know, I was literally about to become the real life version of mailing myself to another country challenge. We got mail. You reminded me of Blue's Clues. Ha. I used to be 4'9". I was like literally a month ago, but I grew up and now I went to the doctor and now I'm 5 feet tall. I'm big now. Ooh, ow. I'm okay. Ew. Imagine being taller than 5 feet. Rude. Bro, I'm like. Also, something funny that I'm probably gonna get canceled for by my family. Yeah, basically, son, we can see you. So, my sister has a boyfriend, and he's like, I don't like him that much because he was just mean to one of my friends, but I don't really care about him. Okay, but like, I didn't like him that much. And don't tell her I said this. Oh, damn. Excuse me. He was just like, not annoying. He was just really. And I called him as a joke. I used to call him Porcupine because his hair was like, it just looked like a porcupine. And I once called him Emo as a joke because he talks like, like this, hello. And he keeps his hair over his eyes. And she like she told everyone that I bully him because I said that. And this one's dark. I like this is really dark here, so be careful. You might not want to listen. His friends, some dude, came at me with like a pocket knife, and I have like scars on my arm, and they all know that. And they came at me with a pocket knife. They're like, if you want to be a bully so much, you wanna you can just you can just cut yourself. Take that. And they were like handing me the knife and putting it in my hand. It was just I was just sitting here like really confused. Like, the fuck are you talking about? So he like told everyone that I bullied him because I called him emo as a joke. So it was a roller coaster. I get called bully a lot. People can't tell the difference between me joking, being mean. I'm not a good person. I'm mean. I'm really mean. I can be really mean to people. I'll be like joking mean. There's a difference between it though. If I'm joking mean, I'm being really mean and I think it's funny and I think and others you're a kid like a kid though. They were kids too. They were kids too. They were like a year older than me. Like not even a year. My sister is like we're almost the same. She's like 10 months like older than me and she's something. I don't know what to call her. That's not all though. Another thing is, there's two differences between my meanness. My meanness where I'm joking around, which is what normally happens, and then meanness where I'm like really mad and like having a breakdown, which I had last night, and I get those really easily over stupid things. Somebody upset someone close to me, and it was an accident. It was like an accidental thing. And I took it the wrong way and immediately got really, 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 really mad at the person who accidentally upset someone because I'm a loser and I get mad over stupid stuff and I kept trying to hold back the anger and that made it worse. So it became a full-on breakdown and I broke a bottle and hurt my hand because I punched a mirror and luckily it didn't shatter. But like my room looked like Monty had stayed the night. It was destroyed. Oh, fuck. It was just ew. It was gross. I'm literally at another house because my sister's pretty much made her rule. Like, ye, yeah, my room was destroyed, and that I had a whole breakdown on it too. I was like so upset because after it happened, because I thought what I thought was my first thought was, oh crap, I just did that to myself. What would have happened if I got mad at somebody else? So I was worried I would have like hurt someone on accident. So it was a, I was like, bro, it was rude. Yes, I was. I don't know how to explain this. It's gonna sound like I have some kind of pain kink, and I don't want it to sound like that. I don't I don't like pain. I don't like pain. I don't like. I'm like, pain, yum. I'm not like that. I mean it. I think pain is interesting. It's a really cool feeling. It's such a cool reaction. So I was a psychopath when I was younger. Joking, I'm not actually a psychopath. I don't think. So little me, when I got bored in science class, and by little me I mean like a year ago, I would I would like I would cut myself with a pencil, like not nothing like an actual cut, just like a cut, and I would pour sanitizer in it to see what would happen. I thought pain was so interesting. So instead of learning in science, I would do my own science and like just test how much pain I could go through before I would start to cry. I'd test how much pain before, just really. I wasn't edgy. I didn't want pain because I was edgy. I found it interesting. So I would like sit there and like use a pencil to just like put a small cut in my arm and then pour sanitizer in it because I thought that was funny. Not funny. I thought it was interesting. I would test myself too. I'd have little like experiments. I'd go, I wonder how much pain I can be in before I cry, or I wonder how much pain I can be in before I can't, for a part of me can't work. And it would just go like that. It was ridiculous. And my friends were like so worried about it, and I would be like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Nothing's wrong. And you can hear my dog barking. I was stupid. I know it hurts, and I thought that was cool. I thought that was interesting. Ow, motherfucker. Um, Also, this one might be, I guess, upsetting. It's not really bad. Oh, thank you. It's supposed to be a trans fox, but I have like 3 people tell me it looks like toothpaste. But like, okay, we're gonna head on to a new story. I was at a movie theater, and I was with my really really like religious grandmother, and I said the word hell in front of her. I accidentally punched my sister in the face in the movie theater, and she got a black eye, and I'd forgotten I had done it. So I told her, I whispered to her, I said, how the hell did you get a black eye? And my Mimi overheard me. Mimi being my grandmother, she heard me, and she turned to me in like the quickest way and was like, hand me your phone, give it here. She like snatched it as fast as she could, and she's like, you're not getting this back. How dare you say that? You are getting worse and worse every day. She was just like sitting there telling me I was a terrible, horrible person. I was disgusting and I'm going to hell. And I was like holding back a laugh the whole time. So I was like trying to look like I was sad. I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. This is ridiculous. Or she saw my cuts one time and she was like, at first she was like, oh yeah, it's okay. I'm here for you, hugging me up. And then she was like, but don't kill yourself. You'll go to hell. You better not. Ooh. She was like, she was like yelling. She's like, you better not. I don't. You're not going. I don't want to. She was like saying, I have to tell you this because if I don't tell you this, I'll go to hell. And I was like, okay. It was just a dramatic thing. It was so, like, oh my god. It was so blown over proportion. I swear, I was like so confused the whole time. Oh yeah. Speaking of elevators, son. Speaking of elevators. Huh. I'm in band and pretty much that's known. And for band we had to do for band we have this thing where um we have to go to a thing where all the bands in the state come together and it's called honor band. And I did it. I wasn't going to do it. I had to go because of a bet. And I met my current partner there. I have more than one poly stuff. And she was really flirty and I was a pussy who like who like who couldn't I could not stand. Oh yeah, we in the end, the musical theater thing, it was so beautiful. We were on the stage and there were lights everywhere. So beautiful. And anyways, I got off track. This girl, she's like, I know her. I had met her before one time and I had just waved at her. But now she was like in front of me and I got her Discord and she was flirting with me. And I would get really embarrassed because like I couldn't handle flirting. I didn't know how to. This was like the first time I had actually talked to other people besides the band members at my school. So it was just it was a thing. And so I sucked at it. And she was flirting with me the whole time. So I was just sitting there and I froze up. And eventually the people there were like, oh my god, you let her, don't you? They were like, they were already like shipping and stuff because that's just band people. They're odd. They were shipping them. And I went on the elevator to get away because I was embarrassed. And they all came in. I was like, okay, they're going to be on the elevator with me. And then the moment the door starts to shut, all of them run out but the girl. And I'm sitting here like in the corner in a ball, just like, please. Because they pushed all the way up so it would go to the top floor. And I'm like so scared. I'm just sitting here like literally like in a ball, scared because they all run out but when the door closes and it's just me and this girl. And she's like sitting, she's still flirting and I'm just like I'm embarrassed crying in the corner. And she's like just sitting here like patting my back like, girl, bro, you good? And I'm like not good. I am like I am just crying. Oh, I don't know how to flirt either. I suck at it. And then just a whole thing. She made a bet with me, the girl. She's like she's like, I bet $5. She's like, I bet you $5 that I'll kiss you. And I was like, what? I was like, what? And I was out of food, so I didn't. And I was like, I was thinking she wouldn't do it. So I was like, fine. You have to give me $5 if you don't do it. And I get there and I'm like, she's not gonna do it. She's not gonna do it. And she grabs me and she's like, come on. And I was confused. We walked all the way out of the building to the back, and I was like, bro, what are we doing? Where are we? And another girl was there named Casey. And I'm just sitting here panicking and like, where the fuck are we? What's happening? And she's like, you're about to owe me $5. And she kisses me, and I'm like, I literally speeded away. I was as fat. I looked like a rat. I was like a running. I literally froze up, turned, and ran away. And she was like just standing there like really awkwardly as I ran away. I literally sped off like a rat. I looked like a rat. I was so embarrassed, so I ran. I still owe her $5. I never paid her back. So like I owe a lot of people money. I have to pay her. We're dating now. Dude, that was not my first kiss. Nah, you ain't had your first kiss? Damn. My first kiss, bro, my first kiss was a fucking ride. It was with a 15-year-old when I was 11. My first kiss, I was 11 and the person was 15. And they told me that they had found, it was raining. It was like pouring outside and we were in band. And this girl was like, "Hey, there's a hurt frog outside." And my stupid ass thought it was true. So I'm like running outside to find some frog. And she takes me, she's like, "Here, it's around here." And I go, I'm like bent over trying to find this damn frog. And I'm like trying to find this frog. And I'm like, "Where's the frog?" And I'm like sobbing in the rain because I'm getting soaked. And I'm like, "Where's the frog?" And she's like, she turns around, she's like, "Hey, I didn't actually need a frog." She turns around and she kisses me. And I'm like, and my first thing, the first thing my stupid brain said was,
the same.
the first thing I said was, "Wait, but where's the frog?" And she just like slaps her head like this. And she's like, "There isn't a frog." Like, I had my first kiss, and the first thing I said after my first kiss was, "But where's the frog?" My little 11-year-old brain's only thought was, "Where is that frog? We need to save it." There was never a frog. I was lied to. Just lies. I wanted to save that frog. Just, oof, this place is it's a mess. Yes, frogs are adorable. I love frogs. My brother was kind of homo when he was little. He literally kissed a frog for a prince. He like actually kissed a frog. How do I come out? I didn't come out. I'm out now, but I didn't come out. What happened was I had my mother, she figured out that I was trans just by the way I acted. And instead of like, keeping it secret like I asked, she instead told everyone in the family. Like, she told everyone in the family that I was that. And I was like, "Mom, what the heck?" I am a boy, and I think I like people. And I also don't like all people because I'm demi-romantic. I'm pretty sure I'm probably omni at this point because of the fact that I like everyone personality wise, but I have a preference for like men. Oh, what the fuck? I just broke something. So yeah, there's just a bunch of stories. Anyways, I'm probably about to end this live because I need to charge my phone. But when I do, I'll probably like I'll probably just stream again. So see you in probably about an hour. Bye.